So you're thinking about buying DayZ on the Nintendo Switch 2. You've probably seen the gunfights, the base raids, people getting betrayed by somebody they've met 5 minutes earlier, and maybe you've even watched somebody running through a forest for 20 minutes and absolutely nothing happening. And now you're wondering what DayZ actually is, and more importantly, whether it's worth buying. Well, I've spent thousands of hours playing this game, and there's something you need to understand before you buy it. There is no finish line. There's no final boss, no campaign to complete, no credits, and no point where DayZ tells you you've won. When you spawn on that beach, this game gives you almost nothing, and basically says, off you go, and that's precisely why I love it. You create the objective. At first, finding water and enough food to survive feels like a victory. Then when you get inland, you want better gear. You learn to hunt, fish, and make fires. Maybe you build a little shelter, hidden in the woods, or perhaps you build an enormous base that somebody will inevitably find and raid. DayZ doesn't give you a story, it gives you a world where stories happen. And those stories can be completely different depending on how you choose to play. Go solo, and Chernarus can feel enormous. You'll hear a gunshot in the distance, and you'll have to decide whether to investigate or disappear in the opposite direction. You'll find an open door, a dead infected, or the remains of a fire and realise somebody else has been there. Maybe they're long gone, maybe they're watching you. DayZ doesn't tell you, and that's what makes travelling alone so tense. Then play with friends, and suddenly it's a completely different game. You're building together, raiding together, hunting, looking for vehicles, and making plans that almost certainly won't survive contact with whatever DayZ throws at you. 1 minute, everything is going perfectly. 5 minutes later, somebody's unconscious, somebody's bleeding, you've lost the car, and nobody has any idea what's going on. But then there are the strangers, and I think that's where DayZ becomes something genuinely special. You can meet somebody on the coast you've never spoken to before. You don't know their name, where they're from, or whether you can trust them. You start talking, share some food, and suddenly you're travelling together. That person might spend the next 5 hours having an adventure with you. They might become somebody you played DayZ with for years, or they might wait until you turn around, shoot you, and steal your shoes. Both are perfectly valid DayZ experiences. Every survivor you meet is effectively an unscripted character with their own motivations, their own plans, and potentially a loaded shotgun. That's why No Mic, No Life became part of DayZ culture. Talking isn't just communication in this game, it's part of the gameplay. And that's before you discover the wider DayZ community. You've got solo survivors, PvP players, base builders, raiders, hunters, role players, server communities, events, and people who've been playing for so long that Chernarus generally feels like somewhere they've lived. And now Switch 2 players get to become part of that. You've got Chernarus, Livonia and Sakhal to explore, and each can give you a completely different experience. Although, if you're brand new, listen to the veteran here and start on Chernarus. Learn DayZ there, learn how to survive, navigate and understand the game. Then you've still got Livonia and eventually Sakhal waiting for you when you want a different challenge. Now, is DayZ perfect? Absolutely not. Sometimes DayZ can be, well, DayZ. But then there's a reason people put hundreds and thousands of hours into this game. You generally don't know what's going to happen when you press play. There isn't a completion percentage telling you you've experienced 73% of the game. Tonight you might spend 3 hours fishing and travelling alone. Tomorrow you could be involved in a huge firefight. The next night you could meet a complete stranger and end up having one of the funniest gaming experiences you've had in years. Your character might survive 10 minutes or 10 days. You simply don't know, and that's the point. So, should you buy DayZ on Switch 2? If you want a traditional game with missions constantly telling you where to go, objectives to tick off, and a definitive ending, then maybe DayZ isn't for you. But if the idea of a game giving you a huge world, some basic rules, and then saying go and make something happen sounds good, there's really nothing else quite like it. Play alone, play with friends, talk to strangers, build something, lose it, get geared, lose that too, make friends, get betrayed, get lost, survive, die, and start again. You never really complete DayZ. You collect stories from the lives you've lived, one life at a time. And after thousands of hours, I'm still collecting mine. If you're joining us on Nintendo Switch 2, welcome to DayZ. Like and subscribe and follow for more DayZ content. And as always, stay safe, survivors.